I knew y'all was gonna come here because I know y'all wanted, I'm gonna give it to y'all real. So Kev did reach out to me. I've been knowing Kev a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing Kev a long time. And it kind of came off as he made it sound like I agreed with the bullshit. I agreed with the roast. No, I did not. I didn't agree with the joke. When he called me, he was basically calling me out of respect as friends. And basically, I cut him off. I know what a roast is. I understand what a roast is. I watch him. I love him. I watch him. I love comedy. I love Kevin. I'm a fan of Kevin. That's my homeboy. I've been knowing him a long time. But the only thing I wanted to express to Kev was there's a lot of people like me that's under the old law that I would never laugh at no joke about dead people. Anytime somebody demeans the dead, it turns my stomach because it's the lowest thing you can do. When they made the jokes about his family, that's not funny to me either, because it shows that you're not as talented as you are when you got to pick on people that can't defend themselves, right? So for me, I just let him know that he just had to understand that ain't everybody's flavor. Everybody don't laugh at that because some of us still have morals. I still say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I still open doors for people. You know what I'm saying? I still respect my elders. So joking on anybody, Charlie Kirk, anybody. And Charlie Kirk talked about George Floyd. But I would never laugh at somebody talking about somebody that got killed or somebody that's not here, bro. So demeaning the dead at any point, at any time, is never funny to me, regardless who it is. You know what I'm saying? And I had to let him know that. Am I mad at him? No, I ain't mad at him. He didn't say it. I sent a DM to the mother who said it, directed dead at him. Kevin didn't say it. I understand business. I understand what he had going on. I didn't expect Kev to jump up there and say, no. I don't expect people to take up for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just not realistic. You gotta be grown. You gotta be realistic.
Big Goofy, where you at, Big Goofy? You don't got none of that smoke with nobody else, Big Goofy. Big Goofy. That white man disrespected who you claim to be your brother, and you ain't got no smoke. You cool with Kevin Hart. You cool with Ye. You cool with everybody. But when it's a black man, but you ain't got no smoke for that white man. You want all the smoke. Remember, all the smoke. But you want a little bit of smoke. Goofy, you're disappointing me. And I got your back. Because that joke wasn't good. That was not it. That was not it. But Goofy said nothing. You let us all down, Goofy. Big Goofy. Now it's on you, Big Goofy. No. We want you to have all the smoke.
Now listen, N.O.R.E. and Steven Jackson are getting brought up in this whole timeline situation again. And I've got to be honest, after hearing what N.O.R.E. said right there, this might honestly need to be the last time this gets played out publicly between them. Because what he's saying just doesn't line up with everything that actually went down. He's missing key details and not really telling the full story of what happened in real time. And let's be clear, Steven Jackson addressed that situation pretty quickly after it happened. I literally saw it on my timeline a day or two later when it was still fresh. He came out and made it very clear he wasn't feeling those jokes, especially when it involved his brother. He was vocal about it on Instagram, standing on business and letting it be known how he felt about the whole situation.
People, what to be offended by and what not to be offended by. Everybody laughing until it's their family member that get murdered. Then it ain't funny. Then it ain't funny when it's your family member. It's funny when it's everybody else's family member, and it's cool when it's everybody else's family member. When it come to your doorstep, you want everybody to feel a certain way. Didn't take a dime from nobody. Risked everything I had going on in real time.
Then I guess N.O.R.E didn't even fully watch the clip where Steven Jackson clearly said, "I DM'd the dude." Now, what really pushed Steven Jackson to go on Instagram was how that interview came off to a lot of people, especially in the way Kevin Hart addressed everything. Because Kevin Hart had already talked about the situation on The Breakfast Club, breaking down the George Floyd joke in that roast segment with Tony Hinchcliffe and others, saying wild, disrespectful things. And Steven Jackson wanted to make it crystal clear that Kevin Hart actually reached out to him right after, and they spoke directly, so there was no real issue between them. But Noriega, in his view, kind of twisted it into a broader racial angle, like you're attacking a black man but not going at the white guy, and that's not what was happening. Steven Jackson's point was simple. He called it out directly and even said he DM'd the person involved, so it wasn't indirect at all. And this isn't even coming out of nowhere, because these two have been going back and forth for years with little jabs online. I've seen Steven Jackson in Noriega's comments before, calling him a clout chaser on different blogs and interviews. And a lot of that tension goes back to 2022 when N.O.R.E brought Kanye West onto Drink Champs during that extremely controversial moment. At that time, Kanye was already going viral for saying all kinds of wild things online, so everybody knew what kind of energy that interview could bring. And let's be real, when you book that type of guest, you're signing up for controversy, chaos, and everything in between. During that interview, Kanye said things about George Floyd that sparked massive backlash, including claims about fentanyl and pushing the White Lives Matter narrative at the time. Now, while some of his industry critiques had merit, a lot of what came out was still extremely disrespectful and out of pocket. But the issue people had with N.O.R.E was that after the backlash, it felt like he tried to distance himself from what was said in that room. And that's where people started calling it out, saying you can't bring that kind of energy on a platform and then act like you didn't know what was going to happen. Steven Jackson's argument was basically that you have to stand on what you put out, no backing up when it gets uncomfortable. And since then, he's kept that same energy toward N.O.R.E and the way that situation was handled. Now, bringing it back to this current moment with these jokes and commentary clips, I just personally don't even play with that kind of humor. Anything involving the death of George Floyd or similar topics isn't something I find funny or entertaining. I understand the media space they operate in and the shock value they chase, but for me, that's not comedy. So I'll just say it straight. Certain lines shouldn't be crossed, and I don't rock with that type of content. But that's just my opinion, and I'll leave it up to y'all. Tell me what you think in the comments.